Arknights needs to do better. All right, needs to do better. I need this character. Arknights needs to do better. I need this character. I do not want to have to go to 300 for him though. Ain't no way, man.
I'm Jay. Officer Hashi.
Come on. Give me a little something.
Captain of Reserve Op Team A6, Orchid, reporting in.
Come on, give me a little something. Yo, what's up with all these blues and
My
whites?
name is...
It's a little rude.
Pleased to meet you, Doctor. This is for you. Hi.
Okay.
I'm Spot from Operation.
Okay. Is this how you want to be? This how you want to be?
You want to work with my team? Do I look like a girl who'd fall for the same trick twice? Yeah, save the explanations. You know what you did. But be warned, my mercs pick their own roads now, while I'm gonna take out the scumbags who dare treat us like pawns. Should I start with you, Doctor?
Count your days. Count your days, Arknights. Count your days. Count your days. Count your days. I went through all of these. Now I have to finish this before the end of the I might actually end up spending. Which one did we leave off on? HE6 after? Okay. So we got HE6 after. We have the long panel. We have these two and then this. So 1, 2, 3, 4.5. All right. Let's get to work. Let's get right to work. All right. Ryman snuck in after Oren came and picked up Sophilia. Huh, okay. I remember where we are. Let's do this, chat. Let's do this. Ryman. Wait, Ryman. What are you doing? Taking you away from here. I know what's going on. I won't let them take you. No need to be scared. Come with me. We'll help you. No, I'm not scared. Ryman, let me go. You don't get it. Sorry, was I hurting you? I'm okay. I decided to go with them to Laterano, Ryman. What? What are you saying? Did they threaten you? You'll die if you go there. I deserve to. Let me go, Ryman. No one threatened me. I killed Fina. I can't run away from this. Delphina? That was an accident. No, I didn't want to hear that anymore, especially from you. An accident, an accident. Of course I wouldn't point a gun at Fina on purpose. It was a tragic accident, but she's dead. Dead. She'll never open her eyes again. She'll never speak to us again. Fortuna, calm down. You'll hurt yourself. I want to calm down. I don't want to be crying like this. But why doesn't anyone blame me? Why does everyone call it an accident as though that means Fina's death didn't matter? I killed Fina. What difference does it make that it was an accident? Breathe. Don't hold it in. Feeling better? I'm sorry, Ryman. I shouldn't be like this, but I don't know what to do. I only know that I can't go. I can't run away and pretend like nothing happened. I can't accept it like it was an accident. This is my sin. No more talking. Don't worry about me, Ryman. It might not be that bad. Sophilia, the Lateran emissary who came today, she was kind to me. I wasn't mistreated. Maybe they'll lock me up when I get to Laterano. I have horns now. I don't know if I'm Sancta anymore. It doesn't really matter if I'm not. Anyway, I'm fine, Ryman. You? No. Huh? I can't let it happen. I can't just leave you like this, Fortuna. Ryman, what are you? She got a kidnapper. So his solution is to take her even though she doesn't want to go. Smart move, Ryman. that's so messed up. Someone's coming. Do not resist, I'm saving you, right? Like, that's so messed up. He hung up. When did you get Rochelle over to your side? That's an exaggeration. He's always been the type who only goes for what's good for him. He's even better than I am for looking out for himself. I feel like I'm being watched. Has your paranoia finally caused you to hallucinate, Orin? I'd rather believe that there's someone watching in the shadows. Just a joke. Don't look at me like that. Where's the fallen angel you were watching? Sound asleep, I would think. Stay on topic. What were you saying about pushing the schedule forward? Not that you can't, but that's not what we agreed on. Why the sudden change? Give me a reason. What difference does it make to you? Not much, which is why I can choose not to cooperate. Unless my memory deceives me, I have command of the troops. I'm prepared to write a report. You're anxious, Orin. What's the matter? This is a secret operation. It's not so easy to delay troops. If the matter of the saints didn't catch His Holiness' attention. Even then, His Holiness seems to have noticed something, and specifically sent Federico. You know how hard it is to pull wool over Federico's eyes. Do you really think you succeeded? Probably not. But I would say I know him well enough. He was suspicious earlier, so that makes sense. Why did he let her go off alone again then? There won't be much trouble if he doesn't pursue the matter. Our goal is to stop everyone who wants to leave, isn't it? On the other hand, the beast is out of the bag the moment you give the order to attack. Federico isn't concerned about the means, only the end. Oh, you think so? Let me just make it clear that if you get on his bad side, I can't stop him. So much for camaraderie. A message. Who could it be at this hour? Who is it? See for yourself. Bring Orin to the... Federico. Bring Orin to the narthex immediately. So much for the wool. Everything you talked about, I'll take care of. Do as I say. We'll take control of the Abbey immediately. Get available hands on it. That urgent? An old man given the last 60 years of his life to the Abbey. Has given the last 60 years of his life to the Abbey. He went so far to imprison Lateran emissaries for the sake of those Sarkas. He suddenly became open to compromise in desperate circumstances, even proposing something so ritualistic as a final farewell. Waking up and reading is hard. Why do you think? That plus some Sarkas who are not entirely unknown and visitors hiding in the shadows? We have to act quickly. I've got a bad feeling. Take control? What does he mean? Why? Don't you understand? The Sancta lied to us. I have to tell Gerald. I knew it. Those Laterans never intended to play nice. The situation has changed. It's dangerous for you to be with me. Find a safe place. I doubt they'll do anything to you immediately. Wait, Ryman. I changed my mind. I'm coming with you. My, what a coincidence to run into you two. I'm so glad you're safe, Lemuel. Any news? You look concerned. I found something that I thought warranted investigation. It has to do with the abbot. But anyway, more investigation is needed. What about you, Federico? What are you doing? Work. Okay, that much is obvious. What did you find? Something to do with the Sarkas? Yes. I heard last night's fire was started by an angry Sarkas. Is that true? No. Work. No. Huh? Okay. Cool. He's so simple. He's so simple. What's this? Rehearsing your stand-up comedy routine? Enough jokes. He said 2 words? Jokes. Orin and Ophelia will be here soon. Well, by the sound of it, you knew Orin hid on purpose from the get-go. Obviously. That was his luck, isn't it? He just can't seem to get away from you, whether the Summit of Nations or now. Whether it's from the Summit of Nations or now. I allowed Orin to act on his own accord because of the complicated situation at the Sanctilimium, or whatever. Ambrosi called for a plan B. But maybe he needs a reminder. And there's the 2. So what's going on? I was told to come immediately and bring Orin. Ah, there you are, Orin. Finally decided to show your face. It's been a while, Lemuel. Can't you be a little nicer to me? We're partners on this mission after all. It's because we're partners that you're still able to talk. Whatever your plan was, the situation here doesn't call for that kind of aggression. It's time to stop, Orin. Can you two pretend you didn't see anything? Like that guy over there? Oh, I prefer if you wouldn't drag me into this. I'll deal with Rochelle when we return to the tutorial hall. Gratias, Orin. As for you, Orin, if you truly believe there's a need for you to operate independently, you may try to persuade me. Oh crap, here's a chance for you. Here's a chance. Don't mess it up. You don't get many of those with him. Well, since there's no one else here, I'll cut straight to the chase. Did you really think I wouldn't notice you were trying to let those 2 kids go? A fallen Sancta and the Sarkas? Even a blind man would notice? Even a blind man would notice. I've been patient for far too long. Are you criticizing my methods? Not at all. Not at all. But I have my own methods. I've wasted too much time here. It's we need to consider we need to consider how to get this done quickly with no loose ends. And so you decided to deploy Special Forces unit. You make it sound so easy. You know full well that deploying troops and giving the order are two different things. You know how hard it was to come up with a justification that even His Holiness could not rebuke? Now I have one. The Sarkis boy, Ryman, arson of a Sicarium is a serious offense. That before I mentioned that he's a Sarkis. We're perfectly justified in seizing him and taking the investigation into our own hands. He was not the one who set fire to the Sicarium. Your justification is baseless. I have no need for your intervention until I uncover the truth. The truth. Is the truth really important? What is more rational and logical than taking control and securing order? Did you not consider it, Federico? Is the truth really so important to you? Did you not consider the possibility of the locals resisting Orin? I didn't think you'd say something so silly, Lemuin. If the Sarkis want to resist, so much the better. Who's there? The turbo racist. The sound of knocking echoes through the hall. The door creaks open, and the unusually bright rays of the moon pour through the gap. There's a figure standing in the moonlight. Clement, Senor Federico. What? He brought Gerald's head? What is this? What? What? I finally found you, Senor Federico. I was asked to bring you this. By whom? What is? The rest of the sentence vanishes into the night. The tall, thin figure approaches, his back to the moonlight, his head bowed. It is as if the light in the room had converged upon him, but the overly bright light also casts a dark, suffocating shadow. Now Federico sees what Clement is holding. What he said was to bring Federico figured out who he really was. He didn't feel like there was, man. What he said, he was asked to bring to Federico a dagger, old but no less sharp for it. Once hidden in the belt of a certain someone. Next to the dagger, there's a package wrapped in cloth that had been dyed a deep shade of red, from which some sort of liquid continues to drip. What is it? It is the sinner, Hollis Typhondale, offers his head freely. The sinner had admitted responsibility for all the crimes, all the evils committed. In Thurdo? He's now paid his price. All that remains is a band of insignificant vagrants. Will the reverend emissaries of Laterano show grace and mercy? Senor Federico, I bring you Gerald's last words. He begs you to take the head of the fugitive Holius and his weapon in exchange to spare Fortuna and Ryman. Spare the other Sarkis. What the fuck? That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Look here, Hollis. You've got to hand it to Clement. He really planted the flowers in front of the statue, prettier than everywhere else. I'm sure Stefano was okay with it, digging a hole in the Sicarium floor, searching for the right dirt, all that. Take it easy, you're injured. It's just a scratch. Welcome to Arknights' Christmas event. You guys are insane. All you guys coming here saying Merry Christmas. This event is dark. They said, let's crank it up to 20 for Christmas. You thought Santa was bringing you gifts? No, we're bringing you Sarkez heads. In a way, that's a type of gift. It's just a little scratch. Every little scratch can get worse. Call me Gerald. All right. You're starting to nag like Stefano. That's why his face is all wrinkly. Don't end up like him. Worry less, meddle less. That's the key to a long life. Don't say that. Stefano was the best for the Abbey. It's thanks to him that we get to live here. I know, I'm just saying he worries too much. I'm afraid he'll become too much for him. Stefano is considered stubborn, even amongst the Sancta. He won't budge on what he thinks is right. But that's one of the reasons we found refuge here. He says the Sarkas are just like other people. And he's right. Well, you and I will have his back if things become too much for him. We'll repay our debt. And stop thinking about what happened in the past. We turned our backs on Teresa and we got our answer. What side they were on. We got our answer on what side they were on. We can't go back, Gerald. What's up, Baki? Me when the AK event is sad and depressing. Shocked? Not really. We got our answer on what side they were on when they left Teresa. I was not expecting to get that here. Neither of us can. I know. You don't need to remind me. I don't remember when I stopped believing in Her Highness's vision. I couldn't see the future of the Sarkas in our two rulers. It's okay. I'm fine. We have a new life now. So they just straight up left. They didn't choose either or. But he didn't have a vision. He didn't see the vision or understand the vision that Teresa had. He didn't believe in it. So he just straight up left with a group of people. He didn't go to Teresa's, but he left because of Teresa's vision, or vision for the future. He didn't believe in it, so. Wow, we got some lore for that? That's crazy. I'm fine, we have a new life now. I led those who wanted to leave away from Casdo. I'll take responsibility. Life is so much better than it used to be. Be careful. We don't have the same resources we did before. There are some tough customers amongst those bandits. Aren't you being a little too careful? How long will it take for the infamous mercenary to become a humble hunter out in the middle of nowhere? 5? 10? Gerald, yes. Have you really thought about what you'll look like when you put down your weapons for real and meddle in as a humble hunter? What will I look like? No, I've never thought about it. What will I look like? You'll see for yourself, Eileen. Dang, that's a long time ago because Eileen's dead. A long time ago, Gerald used to look up at the night sky when he needed a breather after killing. The sky is an oppressive black. The campfire has gone out. And even the embers have cooled. Bloodied mercenaries wipe away the dirt from their faces, gazing at their equally battered comrades, briefly pondering questions they have had the luxury to think about. Can Sarkis like them truly hope for a happy life? He once believed that the day would come when the Sarkis rebuilt their home, but he feels more helpless with each passing day. They have shed so much blood, they will run out of blood before their monarch vision comes true. Eventually, Gerald abandoned Kasdo, bringing along those gasping for breath, running from the land they once fought to the death for. They hid from the world, ultimately finding a place that would take them. All they wanted was a normal, peaceful life. The dream came true. Once. When did life turn bitter and oppressive? It was like a fine dish on the table that no one has tasted. It has gone bad, though, through no one's doing. If only blood can end this all, then there's only one thing left to do. Don't bother trying to change my mind, Clement. I can't go. I won't go. I never told you my old name. It's not a past I'm proud of. An infamous deserter, a broken man. With me here, they have an excuse to harm the others. Don't be so sad. I'm just going to see Eileen. Death is familiar enough for me. I used to trade in death. My life is a small price to pay for the lives of all the others. And don't worry about the ones left behind. They'll follow my order. Ryman is young. He might be impetuous. Do try to calm him down, won't you? Finally, tell Stefano that we probably shouldn't have stopped. Back when we were wandering the wastes. Maybe we shouldn't have tried to stay. But this place was too good. It was like a dream living together for so many years. Sooner or later, though, we all have to wake up. Tell Stefano gracias. And me penitent? This must be another French word. I'll leave the rest to you, Clement. Here, at the end of it all, I am a hunter. Am I a hunter or am I still that mercenary? I'm sorry, Eileen. I don't suppose you'd like what I've become, what I look like now. Dawn was broken. It seemed like a lot has happened, but then it seemed like it all happened in the blink of an eye. It was a long night, wasn't it? What are you doing? Nothing worthy of your time, Federico. I just wanted to find a flower. Gerald shouldn't go to see Eileen empty-handed. But it looks like the fire last night burned everything. There's nothing left. If it's just a flower you want, you wouldn't need to come here. You don't understand, Federico. It's not the same. The flowers here were different. A special breed grown only in this monastery. They represent friendship and hope. Yes, friendship and hope. The abbot told me they were a symbol of Laterano's partnership with Iberia, one of the abbey's most important possessions. Beautiful. I was struck immediately. There used to be flower beds all over the Abbey, covering every inch when you looked down from the bell tower during bloom season. Eileen loved the sight of it. So did Gerald. Many were scared to talk to the Sarkas, but they got along a lot better after the first bloom season. People realized that the cruel and warlike Sarkas would stop to take a look when they passed by the flower beds. They would take a flower or two to put it in their homes. They weren't fearsome desperados. They were no different from us. There is no one here. I mean the one beneath the statue. I saw it. It was lucky to lie beneath the statue when it fell. But it's not the one I wanted. Why? Look at it. Don't you see? It may have hid itself beneath the statue, but its stem is broken, and its petals are burned. But it's still here. Is it? I used to believe there were things that would survive, no matter the adversity. You may laugh, but I truly did. Life wasn't easy, but all was good. Mina Nina would make snacks for the kids when she had time. Have you ever heard of how was I saying it before? Pizzelle? Amina Nina and Hyman made them from a Lateran recipe using Sarkis herbs, a dessert that everyone loved, one that belonged to this abbey and this abbey alone. Amina Nina used to say that tasting bitter fruit is all well and good, but the children should grow up knowing something more than bitterness. They should know what sweetness tastes like. I'll commit this dessert to memory. It's not important. We forgot the taste of sweetness a long time ago. No one makes pizzelle anymore. I find myself curious at times. If Sancta weren't so special, if everyone in Laterano was mundane, normal, insignificant as I am, would the holy city still look the same? Would Laterano be Laterano? I don't know. It's a shame. Clement, do you no longer have faith? Have your beliefs changed? I was just made to see reality. Things are not as immutable as people think. Testing them only harms them. One little flaw, one little imperfection, one tiny little wound, and it's broken beyond repair. Like the flower you found. The flower I'm looking for is no longer here. It's almost time for matins. I should go. Goodbye, Federico. Everything went to shit the moment that they came here, man. Federico Gallio stands alone in the morning light of the Sicarium. The marks left behind by the flames have already been scrubbed away. Deprived of its furnishings, the Sicarium feels empty, with only the sound of footsteps to fill it. Federico is an outstanding executor. He has been with the Notarial Hall for 6 years, carrying out his duties with excellence. But this is his first year as a saint. There's no one to guide him or instruct him. The silent saint picks up a broken, burned flower. The statue protected from the flames. It was a miracle that it survived the fire. But this miracle is worthless in the eyes of another. The flower is still here, but it's not the one he wanted. Wounds beyond repair. I don't understand. Would Laterano still be Laterano? Insignificant data to reach a conclusion. Executive Federico realizes with a start, Clement's expression was too calm. He did not mention Gerald's death, nor the arrangements of the other Sarkas. What about himself? Words without action have no power. That's why he did not say he would find out the truth, nor did he say he would fulfill Gerald's last request. Federico gazes at the broken flower before his eyes. I'm starting to stutter. It's actually getting to me. He has a feeling that someday he'll find the answer to his questions in this flower. This shit is so sad, man. And they're gonna go to this upbeat song. There ain't nothing upbeat about this whole... There ain't nothing that can be upbeat here. Morning, Sarah. It's time to wake up. Oh, the kids. Never mind. Protect them, please. They're the only light. They're the only light. Mama came back yesterday. Huh? She came back? Where is she? It must be her. Look. A new blanket from Mama? It's a little torn. There are pictures of circles on it. And people with wings, like what Mama promised us. Who cares if it's a little torn? Mama's clothes were torn too. We have to be good. I know. Let's go and find Senor Federico. They're so pure. Can we play with Senor Federico today? No, silly. We're going to tell Senor Federico that Mama came back to see us last night, so he doesn't need to worry. Bro, there's nothing happy about this. There's nothing happy about this, man. I can't be happy. This whole thing is just so sad. Was that the story node? Yeah, that was this. We're on HE7. Nice Christmas event. This junk is crazy, man. Okay, shut up, Comey. Shut up, Comey. Let me go refill my water. I'm gonna go refill my water. I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna go cry in the car. Rest in peace, Gerald. You were a real one. You were a real one, bro. All right. We got HE7, HE8, and then this final story node. And I think I'm going to start the next one like literally next weekend. I don't think I'm going to wait too long because I want to catch up sooner than later. All right, let's do this. There you are, Father. There you are, Father. It's your turn to clean the chapel today, Jory. Gracias. Just doing my job. I had trouble sleeping anyway. I'll fetch the sacramental bread. No need. All right, look at me. Dust all over my hands. Say, do you smell something? It's pretty faint. A strange smell? No, a pleasant one. It's fresh. I sense in it vitality. It's hard to put into words. It's like a standard downwind. I don't know where it comes from, but I feel like I'd get somewhere if I followed it. I think it's the smell of flowers, Jory. We don't have enough flour, so flour powder was added to the sacramental bread. The few remaining bottles of wine in the cellar have started to go sour, so I also added some flour powder to those too. Clement harvested some flowers a couple years ago, grinding them into powder and storing it in the cellar. He loves the flowers, just as he loves us. This will be the final communion we take before the abbey departs. We're short on food, however, we must reduce each. I don't know why drinking water just messed me up. It's like I start burping and stuff right after I drink it, and I can't stay focused on what I'm reading. This will be the final communion we take before. This will be the final communion we take before the abbey departs. We are short on food. However, we must reduce each share of sacramental bread, even mixing in other grains. Please don't say that. I'm very much looking forward to today's communion. And go and wash your face. Come back with the others when it's time for matins. I'll do the rest myself. Yes, Father. Will we be saved after today, Father? All of us, Sancta and Sarkez? Will we all be saved? Even though Gerald is already? Go, Jory. Okay, see you later, Father. I just find it so ironic. They hold the image of an angel, but there's so much wrong in some of the things that are going on that have to do with the Sancta. The old man closes the door. He climbs the chancel slowly. But paradise, yeah. Stefano Torregrossa, the aging abbot of the Sancta. No, Sancta. I don't know. Sanctimilium Ambrosi carefully divides the sacramental bread and wine. His head bowed, it is still early. The dim morning light shines through the windows behind the holy statue. The face of the statue is hidden in darkness, as is the abbot's own. Yes, we will all be saved. Doesn't mean that the way that it sounds. I know exactly what he actually means. It's like he knows everyone's could possibly die here. She walks into the broken sacarium, crushing the shattered remains of plants to powder beneath her feet. The arched roof of the sacarium has collapsed in the fire, exposing the interior to the sunlight. The wind has carried away the smell, but there is no one to clean up the rubble. The marks of fire will remain forever, unless the chapel is rebuilt. She takes a look at the collapsed statue and then abruptly turns to the empty space behind her. Humans struggle, punish and forgive themselves, like, oh man, why do I have a bad feeling about this? Like a sonata at its climax. The key is dancing a frantic tune. When a decision is made, the long and steady coda begins, the emptiness at the end of the catharsis. Yet infinitely determined. Emotions are complex, but the changes are always alike. The melody conventional. The melody is conventional, regular, and devoid of surprise. I sense your sincerity. You've made your choice. In any case, the song I should play is you. Hear the voice of your own heart. Here at the very end. You lost, vibrant soul. All the pots and chopping boards, signs of baking, but no smell of yeast in the air. Oh, I guess it's unleavened bread? What does that mean? Unleavened? A wide variety of breads which are prepared without using raising ingredients such as yeast and sodium. They're generally flatbreads. Okay. This looks like they were preparing the Eucharist here. I don't know what that is either. There is unidentified debris. It feels wet. Is it because we're underground? No, there is flour left in the corner. Why is it so damp and sticky? The smell. Is this the only path the pious abbot saw at the end of it all? Can't get in touch with Federico. Tell Oren. That will only make things more complicated. It's the little circle thing they give out during communication. Eucharist. Am I the one who's gonna have to do this? I barely know where Iberia even is. This is such a headache. And the ominous music that comes in. My forces will soon surround the monastery. I'll command them to block every path in and out. You stay here and coordinate with the assault. What is it? Are you sure you want to do this, Orin? Did you go over to Lemuen's side the moment you saw her? I don't think I need to waste my time explaining this again. But I'll stop you, Orin. Lemuen? She caught up. By time I'll rendezvous with the troops. No way. Do you see the expression on her face? I'm not getting on her bad side. I still remember when she dragged me out of the school and confiscated my drone. I never saw it again. Gracias, Ophelia. You never thought to convince the abbot to bring the monastery back to Laterano? That's your job. You never intended to let the Sarkas leave. You even got commandos deployed to carry out your plan. 50 men. Limit of what I can muster. What are the Lateran laws to you, Orin? I will submit myself to His Holiness' judgment when we get back, though I don't think I've done anything that should be punished. You know the consequences of an assault on the Abbey. The people here, both Sancta and Sarkas, are travelers who have lost their way in the wilderness, who found warmth by a campfire. The campfire guides their kin to rescue them, and other poor wandering souls. They have no one to count on. They are weak and frightened, but they still hold on to their precious kindness. That's why Gerald gave his life to plead with us and ordered the Sarkas under his leadership to keep the peace between the two sides. But what if the campfire has attracted some beasts? I wish I could say pretty words and do the kind work everyone admires, Cardinal Aid Lemuen, but I can't. You never traveled the war-torn wastes with thousands upon thousands of refugees, seeing the dark cloud that blankets the skies over Lindunium. But I thought you would at least have tacit understanding with me. Give some thought to the danger in letting the Sarkas go. The atrocities the Sarkas committed in Victoria are well known. They continue to spread their terror across the lands. If you truly believe in His Holiness' plan, believe in the value of the legati, then you should understand why Laterano can't be merciful here. The friendship that Laterano built at the Summit of Nations is more fragile than the paper windows of this corridor. The Sarkas in the Abbey are resentful and affected by Arturia's arts. Oh, he knows! There's no telling what lengths they will go in order to get revenge after they leave. Plus, what would happen if word got out that a Lateran nomadic abbey has been colluding with the Sarkas for decades? How will Laterano hold the sanctity among the nations of Terra? How will she maintain her already fragile diplomatic ties? What will the Holy City look like when the fires of war burn? 50 men? That's all it will take to resolve the situation here and bury it all in darkness. These Sarkas are hunters, farmers. The only mercenary is dead. We saw proof with our own eyes. You're planning a massacre. You talk about upholding Laterano's sanctity when you're the one defiling it. Don't you see the hypocrisy in that? You're the hypocrite here, Lemuen. The Lemu the Silent, I know. The Lemuen the Silent, I know, wouldn't have blinked at something like this. Did 5 years of sleep change you? Or was it the so-called martyr? I would have just shot him in the arm. Never mind, she can't. Commandments. Orin never managed to say the name. The wheelchair closes the distance in a blink of an eye, and his midsection meets the barrel of a sniper rifle. Or will she? Holy shit. Leaning against the wall, he barely manages to stay on his feet. It takes all his effort to keep his voice level. Go on. Lemuen the Silent. I told you not to get on her bad side. Team 2 at the target location. Charges set. All 3 exits on the blueprint of the sanctum that word are under control. If anyone tries to get out, the explosion will collapse the passage and force them back. More like bury them under the rubble. Team 2 was laughing about not being too precise here. Go ahead. Teams 3 and 4 have taken the high ground. We have sniper cover in all directions. All teams in position. Right on time. Reverend Orin, we're in position to begin the assault on the Sarkas and the Abbey. Repeat, we are in position. What is it? No response. That's not good. Huh, don't worry about it. He probably has his hands full with an extra large crit. Creepy. I don't know how to say the word, but I know it's food. Does that happen a lot? What could have happened? The Muin definitely didn't stop him. All the time. First time on a special operation? Chill. The Lateran watch is over you. Just make sure you're ready. We'll go in the front door if we can't reach Orin, or if there are unusual activity. A mass execution? What are you talking about? Yeah, that's what they're doing. No one in the hallway. Quick, this way. That way leads out of the Abbey. Are we looking for Gerald? No, I need to get you to safety first. Didn't you hear? The Laterans are taking the Abbey by force. That woman, Terphilium, might have played nice, but the army won't. You can't be seen by the Lateran army. You're fallen. To them, you're evil. Go ahead, Ryman. Oh, she did finish it. Don't let me interrupt you. I did Fina. Oh, okay. All I meant to say is that you've never changed, not to me, Fortuna. Anyway, you're in the same boat we are. It's only going to mean more trouble for the others if you stay behind. Alright, I'll do as you say. What about you, Ryman? Will you be alright? Don't worry. Gerald made plans for everything. I'm sure he anticipated something like this. I'll come back. Help him once I found a safe place for you. Your palms are sweating, Ryman. What's going on? Nothing. Just a feeling I can't describe, like a heavy weight. Maybe it's just that I didn't eat breakfast. Not for all this. If not for all this, we would be having communion right now with Gerald and everyone else. We have plenty of chances. Take a deep breath, Ryman. I'll be the one pulling you along now. This way. The rooms here are all empty. No one will see us. I'm fine. We're almost to the front door. Laterans might hear us opening the door. We go right as soon as we're outside. The rocks and tall grass should provide cover. Are you ready? I pulled the latch. They're probably going to be the first to go. They're going to be the first casualty. They don't know what's outside the... Yep. Yep. That's what I thought. So that's why I had a feeling. Lateran troops. Stay behind me, Fortuna. Oh, they didn't see him yet. Team 1 here. Sark is sighted at the front door. Oh, they did see him. Communion. Possibly their final moments together. Good morning, Your Excellency. Good morning again, Jory. Please, see to the others. Yes, Father. Father Abbot, much has happened as of late, Soral. I understand your unease. Should we have come? With those people from Laterano, it'll be alright. All who dwell in the Sanctiluminium Ambrosi are welcome in this chapel. I don't know why I can't say that word. That's how things have been for the last 10 years. Sit up front, Sorrel. Just like always, no need to worry. Letter ends do not interrupt the communion in progress. Please take your seats. Join me in a moment of prayer. Wait, listen, and feel the peace and tranquility. I am Stefano Torregrossa, abbot of the Sanctimonium. I can't say that word. It's like it stays stuck on my tongue when I get to the T. It's actually annoying. The words believer and kin are not used here. The mundane world has certain conceptions of sancta and the sarkas, order and chaos, peace and war, angels and devils. We share the same conceptions. Our halos and horns are our most distinctive features, symbols etched in the very essence of our life. Our existence alone draws the attention of others. Yet, we have seen the sun rise and set thousands of times together, and we gather here today to partake in communion, to share shelter and blessing. We have spent varying lengths. I was making sure I said that right. We have spent varying lengths of time here at the Abbey. But even the newcomers amongst us have been here for more than a decade. For a much longer time, we we had no way of knowing whether we'd been abandoned or forgotten. We did not know what perils of the path lie ahead. Where did I get lie ahead from? We did not know what perils the path ahead would hold. That we would meet at a fork of which no one could know. We had conflicts. We had secrets. But we tried to accept one another. We know the names and habits of everyone in this chapel. We shared food and sheltered one another from wind and rain. We fought beasts and bandits together. We built houses and paved roads together. We plowed fields and harvested them together. We were brothers and sisters. We loved each other and treasured one another's peace and happiness as our own. The bonds that tie us went beyond any physical trait or telepathic connection, transcended by any differences in faith or ideology. Yet, after having endured the long night, it was the fleeting cold before the dawn that overcame us. The nuncios from Laterano, the executors and emissaries from the distant realm, they all had their own plans, brought new hope and forced painful choices. We lost our battered pillars to fire, our respected and trusted brothers to conflict. Stefano sought that which was most good. Stefano sought that which was most. I don't think that's correct. That don't sound right, at least to me. Even if the answer was an unproven one. Stefano sought for the best possible outcome, even if the answer was an unproven one. For this, I seek your forgiveness. Sanctimonium, I cannot say that is not paradise, but it is our common home. I have faith that we will make the same choice. Now I invite you to take communion. Does it hurt? Could be worse. Put on a brave face, but I can hear your teeth chattering. You put on a brave face, but I can hear your teeth chattering. The barrel of the rifle will never be worse than a bullet. You can have one of those too if you want. I can feel your seething anger. You're angry that I violated the purity of your faith. That proves your thinking as a Lateran. Your mission is to bring the Sanctiluminium Ambrosi back to Laterano, and to help the lost Lateran kin there. My mission is to preserve what makes Laterano, Laterano. Set your sentimentality aside, Lemuin. We're in agreement here. Enough with your sophistry. Facetious arguments, especially with the intention of deceiving. Did you learn it from the Victorian nobles or the Colombian merchants, the Geddes Orin? I said it. The sudden appearance of beasts will frighten wanderers. I'm not going to stand by and watch a massacre happen. Commandos will be in position any moment now. You can't stop me. I can incapacitate you and then deal with them. You may have surprised me once, but it won't happen again. Not unless you actually put a bullet in my brain. Is that so? Lemuin, Orin, don't tell me you're really going to. A loud crack interrupts the exchange. Again and then again before anyone could react. So loud that it sounds like the patron firearm was being fired right next to their ears. They cannot even hear their own heartbeats for a few seconds. The projectile leaves a long trail in the damp morning air. I am Executive Federico of the Laterano Notarial Hall. That was a warning shot. Cardinal A. Lemuin, the Geddes Orin, and technician Serfilia of the 6th Tribunal. God damn, all these freaking... Just say the names, holy shit. I command you to cease your pointless altercation at once. I see no need to understand your positions or mediate your conflict. The mission remains incomplete. Newly emerged factors continue to present a risk of escalation. This monastery needs order. If there's no contradiction between you, yet conflict remains unresolved, if empathy is not enough to prevent a community from disintegrating, then I will be order. That warning shot was intended for the special forces outside. Lateran troops will not enter the Sanctiluminium. Stop saying that word, please, without my express authorization. You were the one who deployed them, Orin. You will restrain them, order them to pull back 1 kilometer and stand by. Oh, that's fire. Lemuin and Serfilia, you two have been in contact with the Sancta and Sarkis populations here. You will reassure them and prevent the situation from escalating. Meet me in the chapel once you've finished your task. Rochelle has uncovered a lead and is following it. I will find the one responsible for this situation. Yeah, you got no choice. You will act now. Now I invite you to take communion. Guess I didn't make it in time. Michelle peeks through a gap in the door and sees the gathered crowd return to their seats with sacramental bread and wine. In the chancel? It's not chapel? Is that correct? Chancel. Part of a church near the altar. Okay, it is correct. In the chancel, the aging abbot looks up toward the door, almost as though he can... Oh, that's creepy. The aging abbot looks up toward the door, almost as though he is looking at Rochelle. Shell thinks for a moment, then he closes the door. He thinks for another moment, and takes out a spare gun grip, which he uses to latch the door handle. Almost. All that's left is to wait for it to finish. Did Federico get into trouble? I guess I'm the only one to take care of things here. What a chore. I should have taken the mission to search for the missing legatus in Sargon. It might have been a little far, but dealing with the people of the sand has got to be less complicated. Am I doomed to be a workaholic? Truly our fate lies not in our hands. Let's see patron firearm in good working order. If everyone inside, is one bullet per head enough? No way. There's no other way to understand that. Don't tell me I have to use my fists. I should apply for paid leave once I get back to Laterano. The notarial hall had better approve it, considering my workload. I don't like where this is going. Everything's moving so fast. All is prepared. Come, Matins. The people will take their final communion. Will your strings lament for me, or will they celebrate me? I am clueless about music, Arturia. Just as I cannot understand you. Here you stand, and here I empathize with you, yet you seem a total blank. I am no more than free to perform according to your excellency's will. My music is but a mirror. A mirror. The elderly abbot lifts a porcelain tray, his hands quivering amidst strings overtones. He appears as if wrestling with the sound that echoes throughout the dark, awaiting their end. So wait, he's also known about Arturia. He was still young when the sounds of paradise arose in the abbey years and years ago. So young that his reflection in the fountain did not show a single hair of white. Wild fowls were drawn to these roving soils, fluttering through the skies rich with organ chords, flying for the square. In his old age, the last abbot handed the monastery down to him. Cleric Stefano, the youngest of them all. You must be their keeper, that they live in paradise. And how? How would I see them stay in paradise? Abbot Torregrossa shuts his eyes. Storied is his life? Storied is his life. I get it. The strings continue to echo, and then he lets his hands go. How painful. So this is your choice. I am confused. From behind the sealed chapel entrance comes the muffled sound of speech. Federico stands in the spacious hall for a while, listening, then turns to walk upstairs. Equipment normal. The only loss has been one communicator. Current objective remains unchanged. Proceeding with mission. Locked it onto suspect. How are things in there? Communion should be over by now. Is it as bad as in there as I think? Signs point to yes. Oh, wait. I get it. Is he going to? Okay, I hope I'm wrong. I'm not even gonna say it. Is it as bad in there as I think? Signs point to yes. I hope they didn't. Stefano didn't end everybody with the food. How's Federico? Unreachable. The Church of the Deep doesn't breed pushovers for monsters. Does he know that? Someone needs to do the work. Status on Lemuin and Sophilia? They got your message and went underground to investigate. Alright, that means the trickiest job of all is ours. Let's open up. I hope they didn't do that. Okay, thank God. Wait, is it just him? And be where we may and face what we may, it remains that we must respect each other in kind and care for each other in kind. Okay, good. He didn't do it. He didn't do what I thought he did. Good morning, emissaries of the Holy City. The trays are empty. Michelle, get every inhabitant under control. I'll handle the abbot. Is there something amiss, emissary? Amiss? Well, here's the thing. What's got you so down, most revered abbot? So insistent that Matins today has to be the final one. I'm pretty sure Lemuin's informed you that if you dock back up with Laterano, there's a real chance you'll continue serving as this monastery's abbot. Emissaries of Laterano, you question me, but on what basis? I've made my choice, renounced my vain hopes that all could be met with equal salvation. The monastery's course is run. On this final matins, may all our trays be empty. I have just delivered them the news. This location has agreed to return to Laterano. Return to Laterano. Sir, don't tell me you thought that we let the Church of the Deep off the hook. I told you my choice is made. Orin, he's telling the truth. The inhabitants haven't shown any signs of change. I've examined the trays and they are clean. Yes, I prepared the flesh of those monsters by my own hand and mixed it onto the bread. But it was meant for matins. You guys are sick. I locked it away in a cabinet underground, lest my starving people ingest it accidentally. Now that all else is left, that which you fear flourishes no longer. This is the key to the cabinet door. Take it. It is my plea. This will prove that what I say is true. Perhaps you will know better how to handle the Church of the Deep's givings. Thank you for cooperating. Looks like my gun's resting easy today. What are you sad about that? Come again? No, I'm just breathing out, finally. We got the rougher part over with. Work should be getting back on track now. They're not saying anything about this? This is so fucked, man. Lamuan, catch what the abbot said? I'm bringing the key down now. You don't have to. Someone smashed the cabinet open. It's empty inside. Yellow napkins, pottery shards all over the floor. All the details line up with the abbot's description. Wait, he was saying that he didn't feed anyone the bread? Oh, because they become seaborn if you, okay. I don't get where he... Okay, I guess. I guess. I'm so confused. And looking at previous accounts, the consequences of eating this stuff are irreversible. If you made them partake already, you wouldn't need to lie to us anymore. Between someone's gone and thieved this little Eucharis. Arturia. Okay, I think I get it. We have to find him immediately. Finding one person in an abbey this big may be a tall order. It's hitting me. I think we've forgotten a few things. For one, Gerald heard about how that Sancta girl fell. And that dealt him a huge shock. But we would have never let any word out about the following. How did Gerald learn of it? And for another, just what was the deal with that fire in the Sicarium? With someone else's encouragement, the abbot might not have been so dogmatic. I'm still confused about what happened earlier. He basically was going to feed them and ended up deciding not to. I just feel like the wording there the wording just confused me. I'm kind of lost now. But maybe that's just the cost of me not knowing the Seaborn stuff. I don't know. After all of this, I've got a bad feeling that our abbot's not alone in his despair. Jesus Christ. When Fortuna went into the chapel, I remember somebody else was in there. So this is the abbot's choice. Not that it hasn't crossed my mind before, that things would ultimately turn out this way. He is kind-hearted, so kind-hearted that he strove to this day, embracing such lofty ideals, and in turn, he lost to weakness at the very last moment. But I'm not like him. I don't see it that way, but hey, I guess so. Whatever. I don't understand that section. That section has me confused. I'm just going by what you guys are telling me. But I'm not like him. It was long, long ago that I gave up hope. Oh, a guest. I have to say, I'm a little surprised. I gave you a fair warning, but I thought with your rational, logical judgment, you'd conclude that there are other matters of higher priority to handle or something like that. Yes, he finally confronts Arturia. Yep. How long has it been since we last met, Federico? 5? Maybe close to 6 years? Aren't you going to say discontinue this meaningless speech, fugitive Arturia? Or do you finally plan to switch to a different greeting? Why not go back to those days when you lived with me? And call me Sor? Oh, they have history. Oh, and you're still not angry? The first instant you came through the door and saw me, you didn't even make a move. That's unlike you. Let me take a guess at why you're so out of sorts then. Aren't you waiting for something? Or are you hesitating? Listen, sounds of all kinds fill this little monastery. Sorrow, pain, suspicion, resentment, and despair. All woven together. More exquisitely touching than any man-made melody could ever be. How very curious, Federico. Have you felt anything? Is there any note out of tune that can dance within your brain? The one so different to how normal people think? Fugitive Arturia, have you fully assessed your words and actions? My present priority to address is not you. Huh? I thought she was the main problem. You aren't in the chapel, Senior Federico. Wait. Why is it playing ominous music with Clement on the screen? You aren't in the chapel, Senior Federico. I thought you and your colleagues all had your eyes fixed on the most revered abbot. You are the prevailing suspect in the series of abnormalities. Sorry. I honor His Excellency's choice. We all respect him. Love him. This was always the way it would be. For we are all under His Excellency's wing. It's simple to understand, isn't it? When every cause sees you expelled from the cities, and your only choice is to roam the wastes, and you become sure your end lies in death. When your stomach groans with hunger, and all you ever find is despair. No matter where you walk, and eternity seems to have you trapped in the land that eats of man. That's when past a gentle hill and over a rock, you enter a canyon. You see a building past the dust, a building that could dare to be a city, where its people bring you food and let you stay in a room for the night. Yes, the only meager grit like bread and a bowl of watery soup. Yes, there are cracks in the walls of the rooms, forever in need of repair. But you have not died in the waste. You've been admitted. And that's why some of you call this place paradise. Paradise? Yet it was a sham. Not long after I arrived here, I found that a Sarkis friend of mine who caught Oripathy had vanished from my side. I spent an age searching for her, only to find that she was here all along, in a room in the basement. They say it used to be a training room. Its walls are sturdier than all. Huh? It's to that room where they send the deathly ill. Improvised protective equipment cannot obstruct the propagation of Originium dust with any effectiveness. We didn't have any other way. I'm trying to remember the person's name. Eileen? No, it can't be. Is he talking about Eileen? A Sarkis friend of mine who had caught Oripathy had vanished from my side. I spent an age searching for her, only to find she was here all along in a room in the basement. Oh, okay, never mind. The mother. Okay. The mother. The one of the two kids. What was her name? Can someone help me in the chat? I'm asking for her name. Jesus. It's killing me. I'm gonna have to look it up. Hyman, thank you. That mother is alive. Kinda. If you consider that alive, I guess. I don't remember either. I just call her Miss Seaborn girl. And if they're not talking about her, then they're definitely talking about Eileen then, because she's the only one that's dead that we know of, that they continuously talked about. He visited her grave. Like, that's the only other one that I can think of. Read his words again. I've read them 4 times. He's explaining them. I just don't know who he's talking about. The one he's talking about doesn't really matter. It's just I had a friend with Oripathy. That's all that matters. It's not anyone that we know? Okay. Maybe you want to tell me how the sick could decide their own final moments to leave the monastery. This abbey has been there for 60 years, so it's likely someone we never met. Okay. Maybe you want to tell me how the sick could decide in their own final moments to leave the monastery and go out into the waste, alone to wait for death to take them. We can only bury this pain out of sight and cover our ears and turn not to look. We can never save anybody, and there's no one who could save us. And even this facade of serenity is waiting to be shattered in the end. And here we are. You've come. Our mission here is to maintain order. Of course. It wasn't any of you that destroyed our life here, after all. It simply and naturally came to the way it is now, as a matter of course. And no matter how carefully I tend to the flowers I plant, when it's time for them to wilt, they will transform into invisible measures until they're beyond recognition. It's all the same. You've been affected by Arturia. You mean by Signora Arturia's music? Perhaps. In them, I often hear recollections of these things. But she's never been a part of our lives. I know she simply takes our distress, our suffering, our ornaments for her leisure. And so, how could she ever go far enough to disturb our wills, to make these choices for us? Dangerous articles detected. You've concealed a large quantity of flammables beneath this sacrarium. No, this entire monastery. So it was him. Yes. It was a possible alternative, whether you came or not. The tranquil life of this monastery was never going to last. Have you seen what hunger and fear of wandering the barrens can drive people to, Senor Federico? I have. Before things reach the point of no redemption, I will end it all. Clement, you are a suspect in the destruction of the Sanctilla Minium and are involved in multiple cases that concern or have concerned the rights of Lateran citizens. You've been confirmed. All this time, he's been playing in the shadows. Holy shit. He has been there the whole time, too. Every situation that happened, he was there. He would just magically appear at the right place at the right time. I'm not just talking about the fire. I'm talking about like every sus situation, he was just there. You've been confirmed as an executorial target by the Notarial Hall. In accordance with regulation, here we go, this freaking light. I will immediately proceed to apprehend you. Federico never gives more warnings than needed. The gun in his hand simply serves as a place of speech. Clement has not collapsed. The wasting man clutches his arm, where all feeling is lost, and gives a bitter smile. Destruction of lighter confirmed. Why won't you kill me? Why go to the bother of aiming for the lighter? Your actions have not directly led to the deaths of any Lateran citizens. The law would not sentence you to death. The law? So many years I've lived here. Hearkening. Listen, okay. To His Excellency's guidance, following your law. I feel it's bind to in ordinary times, yet in chaos, in the time we need it most, it disappears without a trace. The law. Other words, it's there for convenience, the convenience of specific people, but not to benefit everyone. This is so fucked. There was some point where the music of Senor Arturo became all I could even hear. Senor Federico, is it the law of Laterano that wants to save me, or is it you yourself? This is so fucked. This guy has been plotting in the shadows this entire time, pretending to be this good guy. Read the boss description. I didn't remember that. I completed this at some point, but I didn't remember he was the enemy. The most ordinary gardener around, Clement Du Bois. He holds soil in both his hands, but the land is so barren that the flowers which once bloomed can no longer grow. The gardener. I don't remember doing this.
When were the seeds of this tragedy planted?
Oh, I don't remember doing this. Huh. I don't remember that stage at all.
Fortune and misfortune are two sides of the same coin. What you have sown is not necessarily
Oh,
wicked,
okay, that makes
so why
sense.
lose
Okay.
heart?
Santa Claus completed it for me? Hold on, Baki. I'm sending you a message. Would be fun looking at the auto deploy.
Let's go then. Everyone, follow the route I drafted.
Better watch your step.
I wonder who their target will be.
This is how my ancestors
Got a problem that needs solving?
Sorry, but I'm really not religious.
Monster.
in dreams resurrect. Let me stir.
Never let me.
Who would use a flag as a weapon on the battlefield?
Vermin.
The moment you leave, away.
This will be over soon.
Forward!
But I can't go back. That isn't the answer.
Nah, it wasn't me, guys. I figured out what happened.
No.
There was a period of time I had Baki take over my account to get the to get materials for me,
I will.
Let's get this done quick.
and he did this event for me.
On my mark. Prepare to counterattack.
I think at that point I didn't think we were gonna do this,
You ran
so I
into me.
think I just let him do this.
Picked out your bait yet?
Now's the time to help everyone out.
Bad luck. On my mark. Prepare to counterattack.
Yeah, so this was Baki. I was like, I don't recall this at all, man. There's no way I did this.
Prepare to counterattack. You saw nothing.
That's it.
Mission accomplished.
The auto messed up somewhere. Yeah. Yeah, so that was Baki. The boss has RNG in it. Okay. Well, we figured out that mystery. I was like, I think we didn't, because I mean, I remember telling Baki not to touch any main story stuff. I think basically what happened was I just didn't think we were ever gonna touch this stuff, especially since I stutter over I didn't do after. Thank you. Yeah, I think I let him do all these missions simply because I didn't think we were ever going to do Laterano. But as Laterano became more relevant, I changed my mind. So, yeah. I told y'all the truth. I didn't do it, so. We should have something to look forward to in life. It's a funny thing to say out loud, isn't it granted after all? If we don't expect the slightest thing out of life, then why are we endowed with life and born into this world anyway? It can't be just to suffer, can it? You see, children don't think about such strange questions. Oh, childhood, how carefree were your days? Only when we've left it behind can we appreciate its worth. For our adolescence and for our prime, the same thing goes. Filled with worries moment to moment, yet in time you look back and wonder to yourself what those little worries even meant. Back then we had the strength we could never use up. We always wanted to do something or other. We always believed life could get better. And so we were earnest. And so we strove to live. How strange. Wasn't everything meant to get better? It's hard to say at what point it happened, but it was like I'd lost the vigor to long for the future. Narrower grew the spaces that could accommodate me. Thinner grew the air that could give me breath. Now my life was heavy, and I could see the end of it, and it had hope no more. As if a stone rolling down a mountain. You can see and I can see. It's never going to stop. It'll just fall and fall and fall until it's shattered apart. My flowers, they're all gone. Do not step forward. This part of the building has suffered repeated structural damage and has a high degree of instability. Clement, come back. No, Senior Federico. I need to look one more time. You previously stated that the flower you're looking for is not here. I did. I just wanted to check. All the flowers are dead, and not a single one had the luck to be saved. I'm able to analyze your behavior. I am unable. I planted these flowers myself to stand for friendship and hope. But they stopped caring about those things long ago. Nobody follows the flowering seasons anymore. They forgot the one thing above all they shouldn't forget. Isn't it ridiculous how some could suspect Raymond of the fire just because he's a Sarkis? After living beside each other for so long, the harder the times, the closer we should come together. So His Excellency says. I want like nothing else to believe him, and by all rights I should. But the truth is placed before me, and I can't turn my head away. Why do barriers never cease to be? Is mankind doomed to never understand one another? The tiniest chaos is enough to shatter the order. The moment confusion envelops, the people begin to hurt one another. Enough. I put up with it for long enough. Clement staggers his way before the holy statue scorched in the fire. No lucky flower is there, only an old wooden tray, holding a few slices of the driest bread. A staff of life somewhat strange in scent. Into his mouth it goes, and he chews. It's the faint brinniness, yeah, whatever, with a flavor as astringent as the tides. Disgusting. Clement, put down that object. Put it down? No. Last night I was intending to go to confession, but ended up overhearing the abbot's plan. It made me think, surely, at least Gerald and his people didn't need to take part. They were about to leave anyway, weren't they? But why? Did it all turn out this way? I'll eat until it's gone. You're not doing this to prolong your own life. Why are you still attempting to change? I just want an answer. I want to know if there's any being in this forsaken world that can save us. Federico knows he must stop the man before him right now, but in fact, he stands there rooted in place. Just a few steps outside, Arturia begins to bow her cello. Strings cutting through Quietus's curtain. The sentiments within, Federico does not grasp, and never tries to grasp. For the very first time, the executor cannot help his own actions. He begins to lose his understanding of himself. Why? Why did he not act the very moment he saw the other party? Why, despite this feeble man consuming a thing that turns people into monsters, has nothing happened at all? The song rises. The key rested up by one tone. Between notes, the silence that disperses seems a mocking joke. Is this blood? So what? This is it? What's the point without respiratory rate quickening? It is possible that the blunt force of trauma has caused bleeding in your lower respiratory tract or lungs. Holy crap, words. Respiratory tract or lungs. If steps are not taken, it may lead to suffocation. You require prompt medical treatment. Until then, I'll perform first aid on you. No. Clement covers his mouth with his hands and tries to stifle the sound of his coughing as hard as he can, but still the blood spills forth from his palms, with the discomforting viscosity dripping down along the creases of his fingers. He staggers backwards and tumbles to the ground before the statue. The graven image he burned almost seems now to accept him once more. Murderer bereft. Deprived or lacking of something. Bereft of strength that he is. Its broken arms fall to either side, as if in gentle embrace. Clement feels a wave of peculiar warmth. Look at me. Aren't I entirely alright? So even this turned out to be false. The abbot was made a fool of. There is no God out there. What you ate originates from some kind of oceanic detritus? Waste or debris of any kind. Detritus. Is this exceedingly probable to have induced mutation on the psychological level? But it has never had anything to do with God, the God you speak of. Ridiculous. You are in terrible condition. If you continue to worsen at your present rate, you'll enter shock and the risk of death will be enormous. Really? That's just not bad. If you wish to leave any last will or testament, I am able to serve as your executor nominate. Will? No, I don't have anything to leave. Lateran, our paradise is a lie. Your faith is hollow. Any friendship, faith, hope, future, it's all gone. No one can really be saved. No one can truly find redemption. Is this a sort of choice? Is this some kind of happy ending? The executor stands there and moves no further forward. Beyond the torch of anything, the touch of anything, or anyone, all his tribulations gradually fade away. The weary gardener finally closes his eyes. Still the lingering sound echoes. Still I can feel it. A shake from the strings to my fingertips in the final moment. A last note so sharp it could tear skin. Yet, at the outset, that melody was calm as a babbling brook. Someone otherwise so ordinary used his own life to prove one thing, that there is no such thing as a savior. His unwielding mind triumphed over his changing flesh. Such beautiful music. This is the spirit of mankind, tenacious and free. Of a timbre those lamentable sea creatures could never know. This song will bring his story to all. They will understand his feelings, exalt his determination, and sing praise of his courage. Clement Du Bois will be remembered forevermore. Wouldn't you say so, Federico? I was expecting you to stay there a while longer. After all, you seem to care greatly about the man who died. You even thought his affairs were a higher priority than capturing me. Federico, have you learned compassion, or are you still as you were? Unable to discern the emotions others feel, estranged from the crowd. Fugitive Arturia, your original arts have once again induced the death of another. I cannot ignore the greatest threat within my firing range. Per the laws of Laterano, your sentence will be extended again. It was his will to seek death. Even had I not performed, he would have still taken his path. Time after time, I simply shed light on the scars across the poor people's hearts. And what do bystanders do but turn and look away? Are you stung by his experiences, just as others are? Federico, you still can't make sense of uncontrollable urges even now, can you? Just as the abbot persists along his path of thorns. Just as I cannot help but want to perform the emotions of others. I certainly cannot make sense of them. Whether I do or not, it has impact on my implication of the law. But I proceeded to the Sicarium so that Clement would earn his rightful treatment. He was not worthy of death. Oh, you wanted to save a man who intended to destroy himself? Haven't you realized that not a notion of logic would fit at all? Clement said once a flaw, imperfection, or wound manifests in something seemingly perfect, it is broken beyond repair. I will test the accuracy of this statement. You have become just a little more amusing, Federico. But only a little bit. Perhaps come next we meet, that's when I'll be able to play your mind. Sadly, this time I wrap this trip up. Excuse me, might you be Fra Arturia? I've been waiting for you. My apologies. We're the ones who extended an invitation to you as our guests, and yet I was late to arrive. Finding this place was an ordeal. Have I perhaps come at a bad time? Federico? Man, oh man, I look at this scheme and my brain is in a pretzel. Federico, how did it happen that you faced off with Arturia? Good morning, Heron of Lateran. Good morning? Did? I don't know how to even say that, man. Fra? I don't... Jesus Christ, these freaking names, man. Federico, her coat of arms is one of the Kafirstin, the principles of electors. You can't make a direct move against Arturia right now. Laterano, Lithinian ties would be at risk. I refuse your suggestion. Are you done talking it over? Actually, how about Federico? I give you one chance. If you want to point your gun at me, this is where you want to aim. The black-haired woman clasped the executor's tense gun hand in her own. She presses the muzzle against her own forehead. Just pull the trigger, and your bullet will pierce my skull. And from then on, I'll never bother you again. Federico, do you want to do that? Why don't you give it a try? I am required to arrest fugitives. If the situation does not necessitate, then shooting to kill is generally not advised. But your argument is extremely rational. What are you... Listen to me, this could be an international incident. Hold on, Oren. I don't think things are that serious. No, she'll be fine. Do you not understand this woman? I'm only playing a little game. Fra Arturia, is this some kind of applied arts? Even so, What you just did was far too dangerous. Thank you for your concern. I'll be cautious next time, should there be one. Federico, think of this as a clue from me to you. Have you ever felt like there's a performance that never ends, but you just can't hear it? That until its grandest, most wonderful passages, everyone is deaf to it. Well, the music is over and it's time I went on my way again. Here's Shafton of Laterano. I'm not even gonna try. If you'll excuse us. You're actually gonna stand there and let them go? I thought it'd at least take Rochelle and me some time to hold you back. You're extremely noisy. Hey, what? Hey, Federico, where are you going? He's headed for the area by the clock tower, if I remember right. That's where the Abbey cemetery is. Alright, no more gawking. All's well that ends well. Plus, we've got things to do. Federico just shot at a Sancta. I thought those laws didn't apply to him because of his role. I thought they gave him like extra room to move around the law. I thought that was the entire purpose of the role. That's not how it works. One person just said that he got a pass, and then the other person said that's not how it works. The Pope can't control the laws or anything like that. So what's the purpose of the freaking role? Authority. Also for something else. Let me guess. You can't tell me yet. Yeah, just a role, same as a cop. In a sense, if you off someone, you're still a killer. Sorry for the analogy. Doesn't bother me. For now, I believe what makes a Sancta fall or not is more about the intention of action. Something like that, not fully the action itself. I think it explains it at the end, but I'm not sure. I think it explained it already, but I can't recall. Senor Arturian, they're gone. It's okay, let's go look somewhere else. Why is there a man laying down here? He's asleep, we shouldn't wake him. Oh, I know who this man is. He grows really pretty flowers, the same as Mama always brings home to put in the vase. What are you doing, Sarah? You know Mama gave us that. It's the flower, isn't it? Oh no, it's the blanket. You might catch a cold sleeping here. Mama said good kids learn to be appreciative. You mean, what'd she say? Appreciative. You mean appreciative? Okay, I'll let him borrow it for a bit then. Once he wakes up, I hope he'll keep growing heaps and heaps of pretty flowers. Yeah, I'm sure of it. I forgot we were only on 8. Nah, you can't shoot Sancta. We only have 2 exceptions, with Pope, Anduin, and now Federico. I'm still confused about, like, I get the role thing, but it's just, it kind of now seems pointless to me. If it's just a name alone, like he used a cop as an example, then it's just kind of like, I don't know. Hey, Wingman, I'm talking to you. Hey, come back. Assuming that Wingman isn't...
Epithet. Epithet.
Why is it saying it that way?
Epithet.
Epithet. Assuming that Wingman is an epithet for Sancta, there are multiple individuals who would fit that name. I'm talking to you. I know your name is Federico. Very well. You really know how to piss people off, don't you? I don't have time for your crap. That guy Orin, he said that Gerald, for us, for me and Fortuna. Is it true? Is Gerald really? Yes. Gerald is dead. Now that you answered, I'm starting to wish you didn't. I don't get it. How could it be? I'm sorry, but this is a fact. What are you sorry about? Keep your distance, Wingman. Close your eyes and don't look at me. That thing on your head is way too bright. It hurts my eyes. I just need a second to adjust. Very well. Gerald gave you his knife. The choice was his. It's not my place to argue. But I can't let you take it away. You have to know what it means to take the weapon of a Sarkaz mercenary. It means carrying the legacy of his name. Yes, that's why I'm going to take it back from you, along with Gerald's name. And his honor. I challenge you. You won't win. Damn. I have to. As long as I draw breath, I'll find you and challenge you. Don't you dare underestimate me. I refuse your challenge. How dare you? This guy is crazy. Federico is... I'm challenging you to an honorable... Gerald was a mere murderer. There is no legacy to inherit in his knife. What do you mean? Exactly what I said. If you want a knife that inherited the name of a Sarkaz mercenary, I've never been in possession of one. You're wasting your time challenging me. If you want the knife of Gerald the Hunter, then yes, I'm currently in possession of it. Do you want it? Bird and beast dung. This was Gerald's treasure. He would never let me take it just like that. You keep it safe. You just wait. I'll lead my people to find a new path just like Gerald did. I'll come back for it when I've earned it. Very well. I'll keep it safe until then. Ryman, stop gawking. I think you can take it. What about you? You said you couldn't hold a gun anymore. Are you praying with it? Yes. I have a feeling it will answer me again. Can I still use it, Serphilia? Why not? It may be a little old, but you can trust my handiwork. I used to study antique guns, you know. Lately, though, I'm finding new things a little more interesting. Do new things scare you at all? There's no point in being scared. One wants to learn more in spite of the fear. Besides, somebody once told me that techniques exist to be used. I didn't understand at the time, but now I understand a little. I'm a craftsman, and I'm responsible for the weapons I craft. Well, set that aside for a bit. What about you? Are you ready to leave with the Sarkaz? How'd you know what I was going to say? No empathy needed to guess your thoughts. It's not such a big deal when you put it that way, is it? You wouldn't come looking for me at this hour with that solemn look on your face if you were planning to come back to Laterano. Sorry. I promised to come quietly and accept the punishment I deserve, but now I'm trying to run away. So will I let you go? Take a guess. Your whole deal here is kind of a headache. You have to wear a hood all the time if you live in Laterano. I see. I guess that won't work. Not that it'd be much better anywhere else. You need to hide your horns, your appearance, and your gun. And I'll still be your warden. You have to keep in touch with me, no matter where you go, as long as you live. You won't cause me any trouble, will you? Wait, you're letting me go? Won't you get in trouble for that? Worst case scenario, I quit my job at the Cura. That was a joke. It's true that I'll have some reports to write when I get back. I'll think about whether to get started on a resignation letter after that. Anyway, you owe me more than Pizzella now. Thank you so much. Are we still kin? Does it matter? You're not getting off the hook, kin or not. I want those Pizzella next time I see you. Convoy is almost here. The Abbey can start moving once it's refueled. Well, this was a tricky case. Even though the location wasn't that far from Laterano, I think I should borrow a bed at the Abbey, get some rest. I didn't see you do anything particularly tiring, Michelle. Weren't you pretending that you didn't know anything? Or should I thank you for not being lazy enough to dump all that evidence linked to the Church of the Deep into the sewers? Don't be so uptight, Orin. I'm sure Federico remembers the Sarkaz mercenaries dossier better than I do. And you and Lemuin are definitely more familiar with the Church of the Deep's cases than I am. Plus, don't you think we're starting to get along a little bit after you gave up empathy? Why are you bringing that up? No reason, just sometimes it's better to know less about a guy. Like how you have to close one eye when you shoot. I read that entirely wrong the first time. Just to make it clear though, I took Lemuin's instructions on confirming whether the Abbey had anything to do with the Church of the Deep seriously. At the end of the day, I suppose we can all sleep better tonight. You're lucky. Or should I say we're lucky. The monastery gets the supplies it needs to return to Laterano. The disruption to the inhabitants was minimal. The fallen girl was gone with the Sarkaz. Laterano will be able to find her, and the Sarkaz will, if need be. Laterano's image has not been materially affected. Things don't turn out so well every day. I prayed for a smooth trip to Laterano, safe from bandit attacks. We should be fine once we get to Laterano. I hope so. The emissaries from Laterano don't look like they've ever been hungry, and their clothes are brand new. I envy them. How do they plant their crops? Or do they give everyone a gun to hunt with? Who knows? I can't imagine. If I can't imagine what I would do with my time, if I didn't have to spend all my time fixing houses and making tools. I'm trembling, and I can't tell whether it's from excitement or fear. Let's pray our faith will protect us. Well, we did our best, didn't we? As for whether things will turn out well in the end, you know where Mama went? A child. I thought everyone was gathered up here. Mama's not here, but she came back last night. Yeah, Mama brought us a gift last night. We lent it to a sleeping man. Sleeping? Yeah, he was sleeping really deep. He must have been having a nice dream. Those kids are so pure, man. They're so pure. An abbey built upon a mobile plate, moving again after being stranded for a decade, almost becoming one with the land. An impressive sight. The convergence of destruction and rebirth. Yes, you seem troubled. Do tell if you feel unwell. Your transformation is yet incomplete. The path ahead will be laborious. I'm fine. Will the Laterans treat those children well? I believe so. The sitting pope is known for moderation and benevolence. They will likely be taken in by foster parents and grow up in Laterano. Traveling with the fallen angel and with the eyes of a sancta from the Curia on them, it is unlikely that your kin will face any retribution. I'm glad to hear that. Only one thing, Bishop Alice. They're not my kin anymore. If that's what you think, then that's what it will be. The stranded paradise is no more. It's time for us to set out. Once again, we welcome you, Hyman. That is so creepy, man. She's talking normally now. Yeah. I think I understand. I think it's the same thing that happened with the bread, pretty much with her. She's mixed with Seaborn and shit. But she seems like she was like she adapted to it or something. They showed the experimentation at the beginning, I know, but I just don't really get what's happening to her. But I guess I'm not supposed to know yet anyway. What are your plans? Sinners cannot be choosers. You may have had the intention to cause harm, but at the end of the day, you didn't do any real damage. Personally, I see no problem, but Velev might be a little stricter where Iberia is concerned. It doesn't seem like you're very happy with that answer. I apologize for the discourtesy I showed, Reverend Nuncio. I sense your sincerity. I accept your apology. Yeah, I remember Talus. It's just, why? You know? And how she evolving into this thing that can be part Seaborn and still speak normally, right? Or am I misunderstanding how that transformation works? I don't know. It just doesn't, it seems very, very strange, the whole thing. But I also sense that it's not what you really want to say. It's not an easy thing, judging oneself. It is the truth that I fell into despair and knelt before the malice in my heart. What is more deserving of punishment? Harm caused out of benevolence or malice not put into action? To me, it's the former. An idea could be fleeting, or it could take root silently, biding its time. How could you know that this is simply the result of a single moment of weakness? What would this place be like if I chose another path? I can't say that I've purged the caprices from my mind. I can't even say that I still believe in our laws. But you still feel it, don't you? Yes, I do. Every waking moment, I prayed that the people would be given their due, prayed that this little corner of paradise would not slip through my fingers. But I've waited for so long, too long, so long that I began to doubt that the very existence of faith was simply a self-imposed conceit. How does it feel? Despair, fear, sorrow? What else? The feeling of incredulity. The state of being unwilling or unable to believe something. How do we doubt something that exists in one's own mind? It means you've begun to doubt yourself, with terrible consequences if one is unable to dispel the doubt. If even faith could be false, how much of Stefano is real? I wanted to understand, I tried to understand, but I overestimated myself. We could never truly understand another. Understanding remains precious, fleeting, even with incredible power of empathy. But having experienced so much, I've began to think that there are many emotions that could be communicated from one to another and understood by most. even without the empathy. At least, I could say that I have begun to understand the thoughts of a certain individual, not because I sense something, but because I've experienced it myself. I offer this to you, Bishop Stefano. It's the notebook of a cleric who spent some time here. I thought you might find it interesting. Perhaps just like you, he had many questions of many troubles. You asked me about my plans. I plan to return to Laterano, but not with the others. You mean you want to travel from here to Laterano by yourself? At your age? Please don't stop me. I must know. I must rediscover my faith. If there comes a day when I atone for my sins, if there's truly such a thing as miracles, perhaps I'll find my Laterano then. In that case, I wish you the best of luck. I hope you find your answer, Father Stefano. We will meet again in paradise. The old man says no more. Age has taken a toll on him, as have the ordeals of last night. The lines of age fill every gap on his face. Before Lemuen's eyes, Stefano walks out the door, his back slightly hunched. Federico reporting in. As previously reported, the two nuncios are confirmed alive and well. They are expected to return to their posts in Laterano soon. Plans are in place for the Sanctiluminium to resume movement, setting a course for Laterano's outskirts. It's expected to arrive at its destination before spring next year. A request for supplies has been made to the Curia to ensure reliable mobility and to meet the everyday needs of the inhabitants. 41 of the 153 inhabitants of the monastery will depart the abbey. Sophilia will track and report their subsequent movements. The Sarkas you mentioned? I must admit my surprise, even though I had a hunch. Whether it was the state of the abbey, the movements of the Church of the Deep, or Arturia, you've done well, Federico. I failed to meet your expectations. Our intervention destabilized the situation at the abbey. There were 3 casualties. You have doubts, my child. Yes. I can rectify a wrong if I see it. I know many ways of stopping a sinner, but at no point during this mission was there a clear course of action. Why was the result suboptimal if no errors were committed? Are our laws suitable for all circumstances? If not, on what do I base my actions? That is where my doubts lie. I don't have an answer for you, Federico, because this is a question that troubles me as well. But I'm happy that you're beginning to ask these questions. I don't understand. There's no need to be anxious. You're beginning to ask questions that you never considered before. Is that not a big step forward? It's like pulling the cork from a bottle of fine wine. The hardest part is over. All that's left is to pour out what you want. If going out to visit a friend, one that you're not familiar with, I'm going out to visit a friend, one that you're not familiar with. I'll take your question to him and share with you what he offers. The towering statue is silent. The rays of the morning sun pour in. The executor ends the call and looks up. The aging Sanctus silhouette begins to fade into the morning sun as he slowly walks away. As she sees him off, Lemuen gets a feeling that she's not seen the last of the old man. As he said himself, perhaps he will find the Laterano that he's looking for. This was the most emotional, confusing, and dark side story I think I've read. That shit was dark. Like from beginning, like it started off as like a normal ass mission, and it just got darker and darker and darker. It was a good read. Yeah, I guess. This was a good read, though. If it wasn't for all the freaking French words and some German words near the end, but besides that, it was a very straightforward read. There's some things I'm probably gonna have to read over again on my own time. But yeah, it was a good read overall. I think next is Lingering Echoes. Oh, it's this one. Not as bad as it could be. Okay. I guess we'll start. Wait, next weekend is the Arknights thing. I don't know. We'll start probably next weekend. Believe me, when you read Arturia, you will be confused as heck. I don't doubt it, man. But I don't think there hasn't been a single chapter that I haven't been confused at one point or another. So, I mean, I think it's just normal at this point. Prepare yourself for the Arturia event, not gonna lie. Honestly don't even know what to expect. She was in this event so little and did very little here. Okay, that's part of the reason why I thought that it was more than just a title, Comey. Because it's picked by that law thing. And I have a huge suspicion that that's what controls everything that happens in Laterano. Like, it's more like I don't know the depth of what that thing is just yet. But I have a feeling that everything that happens in Laterano is because of that thing. Them becoming fallen. Following the commandments. The results of following the commandments. Like, yeah. I just kind of need more information. Which I'm pretty sure I'm going to get it within these next 2 chapters. I think we'll know everything after 2 months. Is that when the next chapter comes out? Chapter 15? In 2 months? Masses travel? Is that another... Okay, well, after chapter 15, not chapter 15 itself. Got it. Another Laterano. Masses travel will explain the law. Okay, then. Well, we'll see. You gotta lock in, bro. Hey, that's why I'm doing starting the next one next. We'll get it done. We'll get it done. All right, chat. It's time for me to go finally get something to eat. Take a shower, start the day. Got a sponsored video I need to do. Oh yeah, I did, and I responded to it. Yo, I've never read this much. Like, all these chapters, they're actually tiring. But we're gonna get it done. We have to. I have to be ready for that next main story chapter and the upcoming event. So, we're gonna make it work. Work is annoying at the worst times. Yeah. Emotionally tiring too. Yeah, a little. Yeah. I don't know how to handle some of the situations. So, I could say, yeah, you're right. It's emotionally tiring. It's okay to be confused for now. Slowly it'll reveal more. I'm confused too at some points. I mean, I'm not ashamed of being confused. I just remained confused for a while. We'll see how this goes. Anyway, I enjoyed it. Started off a little slow. When it started ramping up, it's like it didn't stop. The entire story just kept going. And it was just major plot point after major plot point. Something to confuse you, to tie things in a little bit, but you don't understand it yet. Then it adds another layer to it. Like, it was really good. All right. I'm going to end it here, guys. I enjoyed this. Thank you for those who tuned in. And I will see you guys on like Friday or something. Friday or Saturday. One of those days. But just keep in mind, when I start the next part, I'm going to start maybe Friday or either Friday or Saturday. And then on Sunday, I'll be doing the early morning stream for the infield thing. So I won't be streaming it that day. But we'll continue throughout the week. I want to nip this in the bud, man. So we're gonna be speeding this up a little bit. Anyways, see you guys next time. Have a wonderful day. Stay healthy, stay safe, stay chaotic. Love you guys. Don't forget to like the stream if you haven't already. And have a good one.